are we all? Today I'm going to show you what I made for Decade Divas. And if you don't know what that's all about, Shannon from the Spoonie Stitcher and Teresa from Critters Crochet did a thing, I believe last year, Decade Divas, where everybody made something to do with the decade, and I believe they left out the 70s. So this year they got an amazing amount of content creators together to all do their take on the 70s. And it's been fantastic watching everybody. I'm going to leave all the links I've got down below, and you can go and check people out. I know Shannon and Teresa, I believe, have got a playlist for everybody, so excuse me, I feel like I'm going to sneeze. So you could go and check those out. Before I show you what I made, I want to take the journey of how I got to deciding what I was going to make. First of all, I was born right at the beginning of the 1970s, and there were so many memories that I could have made to remember. I remember going to see the first Star Wars film. I remember being sat in the cinema and saying, why does it say number 4 on there if it's number 1? And my mum going, shh. And she didn't shush me because I'd asked a question. It's because we were in the cinema. And those words floating into space were amazing. I remember that. And then I was thinking lightsabers, but I don't really want a lightsaber hanging around. Although I might do, they're pretty cool. Then I started thinking about Watership Down. I went to see that too as a child, but that can be a bit scary, also I'm told. And I was remembering games we played, and one of my favourite toys when I was about 4 or 5 was Space Hopper. I don't know if you've got them where you are. Big, inflatable, sturdy, like balls you bounced on. They had ears you held and bounced up and down, a little face on it. They started to remember things like we have a programme here in the UK we had called the Wombles. The Wombles of Wimbledon, who were the first reduce, reuse, recycle. They used to live on Wimbledon Common and would collect rubbish that people discarded and reused. And that was the thought. Then there was the Magic Roundabout and Jamie and his Magic Torch, Mr. Ben, and there was so much went through my mind. But at the end of it, all that kept going through my mind at the end of the day was I remember my great aunt used to knit all these intricate Aran jumpers, and I thought there's no way I've got time to do one of those. And she knitted at speed of lightning, and the cream colour from them kept flashing through my mind. And I kept coming back to home, and my mum used to have this dark chocolate brown 3-piece suite, and that was comfort to me as a child. That's what I remember as a comfort of home, was all being sat around talking together on these sofa and chairs. And they used to have these burnt orange cushions, and we had them for so many years. In fact, I inherited them when I had my first time, and that is everything I came back to. My mum used to knit, and my aunt used to knit, and my aunt was so fast that she decided she was going to make herself a jumper or a sweater, depending on where you live. And she would go up to the shops and buy the wool, and she would come back, and the next day she'd be wearing the sweater. And she was not a small woman, so that shows you how fast she was. So she was an inspiration. So I decided that the colour scheme was more important to me than an object, and I'll show you what I ended up making. This got me back my crochet. I made this cushion. It's very simple, In fact, it's a little bit big for the cushion pad, but never mind. A very simple, solid granny square. And I made it, and then I folded it round to make a different design and just sewed it up so it's got a different design on the back. Because this also made me think of a picture of, I think it was my cousin. He had a striped tank top on. It was knitted. It wasn't these colours, but I remember stripes being a big thing too. So this is my 70s, the inspiration of the colours. Chocolate brown, burnt orange, and an Aran cream. Yeah, an Aran cream colour. It does, it makes me smile. And all I used for that was, this is what I've got left out of 3 balls, was Yarn Smith's Create double knit in chocolate brown, cream, and burnt orange. And they're just normal 100% acrylic. Cool wash, cool iron, cool tumble dry, do not bleach, made clean with P, recommended 4mm needles. I think I've got a hook on there. And hooks, which is all I used. So that was my 70s inspiration, Deco Divas. What do you think? And have you watched everybody else's? Have you discovered some new content creators? I have. So, thank you, Shannon. Thank you for Teresa for making a wonderful collaboration for everybody to join in. I had so much fun making this and creating this, and I look forward to see what you're coming up with next year if you do another one. So for now, I'm just going to say to you all, stay groovy and take care, and I'll talk to you all again soon. Bye for now.